Hello, my name is Lisa and I work as a wildlife photographer and filmmaker. And I strive to inspire people to take care of our nature because I believe that what we care for, we protect. Usually it's the result of my work that most people see, but this time I'm trying something different because I'm taking you along to one of my expeditions to Utria National Park in Colombia. I've come in contact with Absalon, who lives on a tiny island inside the national park. He's also running a small local guiding company where he hires indigenous peoples to guide. That is one way to make sure that the profit goes back to the people who lives in the area. But first, 1 hour very bumpy and wet boat ride to get to the island. That was one wet boat ride to this lovely little island. And this is where we're going to stay for a few days to visit the Utria National Park. I'm excited. The park is a protected area on Colombia's Pacific coast, located in the department of Chocó. It is famous for its biodiversity, tropical rainforests, mangroves, coral reefs and pristine beaches. The park is a vital habitat for a variety of species, including humpback whales, sea turtles and a wide range of bird species. Some of those species are endemic and can only be found here. The area is also home to Afro-Colombian and indigenous Embera communities. This is where I live, not much more than a bed and a roof. The view, on the other hand, is perfect because in this tree there's a lot of colibris and lots of other birds just on my porch. So we're going by canoe into the national park, and I really just hope that my camera gear will be fine in this plastic bag. To not disturb the wildlife, the national park and the local guides are trying to regulate the use of motorboats and instead using canoes. And I know it doesn't look like I'm paddling at all, but I can ensure that all of us took turns on this 1 hour long paddling closer into the tropical forest. Every time I walk into a rainforest or a jungle, I always forget how beautiful it is. I forget all the amazing species you can see here, the smells, the moist. I'm just so overwhelmed and so happy to be once again in the jungle. The plants and trees, they really fight for the light. So once in a while, when a big tree like this dies or falls down, it creates space and light. And then the pioneer species rush to fill the gap because they love the sunlight and they start sprouting like crazy. These plants stabilize the soil and set the stage for the next generation of the forest. A wet tropical forest like this is nature's ultimate green paradise. It's warm, humid and it gets tons of rain, making it the perfect home for incredible biodiversity. You find towering trees forming a dense canopy, vibrant plants and animals everywhere, from the forest floor to the treetops. Its ecosystem is a non-stop life factory. It's surprisingly little mosquitoes here actually. I was prepared always when entering the jungle is to prepare for mosquitoes, and since I don't really like to use all those really harsh chemicals on the market for mosquitoes, I usually choose the ecological ones, but by experience they don't work very well, not the ones that I've found. What I know works is that sometimes indigenous people use a certain kind of plant that they lit on fire, and the smoke actually keeps away the mosquitoes. But as I said, luckily so far, trying not to trip here, but luckily so far no mosquitoes. I'm very happy for that. All species in this tropical forest are playing a vital part. Decomposes recycle dead material, fueling new growth, and animals like monkeys, jaguars, frogs, and insects play unique roles in keeping the balance. Like in so many other places of the world, especially on the beaches, we have a problem with plastic. And look, it's just the currents bring it in and then it just gets stuck here forever and ever and ever. You know, plastic never really disappears, it just breaks down in tinier and tinier bits, and eventually it ends up in stomachs of animals and also in our stomachs. It's a really big problem, and I think how we can address this is not to wait for any government to take decisions about banning plastic, but it's up to us people who actually buys the plastic to stop consuming plastic. It wasn't that long ago that we were doing quite fine without plastic, so let's just try to find other options than to use plastic every day. The super curious painted ghost crab was dominating the beach, and I put down my camera gear to see what they would do with it. But actually they were more interested in a pair of shoes, and they were fighting a lot over these specific shoes. After a couple of hours documenting the tropical forest, we decided to do some snorkeling to see what was hiding under the surface. The park does have coral reefs, but it's luckily very well protected from visitors. Instead, I went snorkeling in this rocky area where I found some truly amazing fish species. When snorkeling this close to the jungle, I have to watch out for these floating logs, but they can also act as a nice rest. Like when we got here yesterday, I could actually walk on this beach. Over here is a cave. We were inside the cave and now it's completely full with water. And then tonight it's gonna go away again. And then it starts over tomorrow. Wow, this cave is awesome. And during the day it's actually water all the way in here. And now the tide has gone away. Hello. Hola. It's so sad though with all the plastic that's been washed inside here, but apart from that it's really a cool cave. Tomorrow I'm going behind me into the Utria National Park, crossing the water. There I'm hopefully gonna see some turtles. I know there are jaguars also on that side, but I don't really think I will see them since they're so shy. But sadly today I heard that since behind me here is the place where humpback whales from the south come to have their babies. And during the tourist season when they are here, it's ending at the end of October. So many tourist boats are coming and surrounding the humpback whales while they are giving birth, which means that they are very, very stressed. So imagine having 25, 30 boats around a humpback whale that is having a calf. So now the humpback whales are moving further away from this area to try to find more calm waters, which is very sad because this is like a bay, which is perfect. It's calm, not much waves, warm water for them to have their babies. So it's really bad that humans are pushing them away from their natural habitat. So I think we really have to think about not treating nature and wild animals as a tourist attraction, but to respect them and the respect that they deserve. I just arrived on the beach of the Utria National Park, and right behind me in this jungle I can hear the howling monkeys calling, so hopefully I can find one today. Howler monkeys are the loudest land animals on Earth. Their calls can be heard up to 5 kilometers through the dense rainforest. It is their way of marking territory and staying in touch with the troop. They are also key players in the ecosystem. By eating fruit and spreading seeds, they help new plants grow and keep the forest thriving. But they are also good on relaxing. In fact, they can spend 15 hours a day just sleeping and chilling out. So didn't find any howler monkeys today either, but there is one last chance tonight. Let's see, we're going to another area of the national park. Maybe we can find howler monkeys or turtles or poison dart frogs. Let's keep up the hope. Very clear. Collect your trash so it doesn't end up in nature hurting our animals. So right now I'm walking on the little bit more touristic part of the national park, and here they built a bridge, so it's much easier for the tourists to encounter nature more close and also staying on the path without harming nature. Mangroves can store up to 10 times more carbon per hectare than terrestrial forests, helping combat climate change. They also absorb pollutants and improve air quality while providing oxygen for our planet. By growing by the shoreline, they reduce wave energy up to 66%, protecting shorelines from hurricanes, tsunamis and erosion, as well as filtering and trapping sediments, keeping our coastal waters clean. Mangroves are home to 75% of commercially caught fish during part of their life cycle, making them essential for global fisheries. Many communities view mangroves as sacred and vital to their cultural identity and livelihoods. During this expedition, I never encountered any howler monkeys, turtles, jaguars or poison dart frogs. But that's how nature is. One cannot, nor shouldn't, control it. Instead, I leave you here together with these charming white-faced capuchin monkeys and hope that you enjoyed following me on this expedition. And maybe you grow even a little more fonder of our amazing nature.